bum 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 Willy was telling me about a new game that's actually going to be coming out, I think, later this year, which is Billy Bust Up, which what was he said it was again, Willy?
It's a 3D platformer musical.
Oh,
Best way I can describe it is it's like Super Mario 64 meets Has-Been Hotel. It kind of takes inspiration from both in a sense. Well, not inspiration, that's just what it feels like.
really?
Yeah.
I was thinking more that it was taking influence from more like the classic Disney movies, especially
Maybe a little bit of that.
especially the Disney Renaissance movies. That's what I think. We looked at this place, and there was a bunch of things that they were charging way too much for.
For example, there was a globe that had a topographic addition to it. They were asking $750 for it, mate.
They also had these old school Star Wars figures. They were asking like $20, and I kid you not, I found this Cat in the Hat plushie that they had, and it cost like $99, and I'm just like,
there was also $100 for this old bugle. Not even a new bugle is worth $100.
I get it. It's not even worth that much. I see Davin Bingle is checking out the show now. So he's saying, hey, and I see this one guy, Jank, you're on the air.
Hello, hi.
Hey there, Marty Monster. How's it going, dude?
Hey, I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
We are doing great ourselves. In fact, give us a moment here. I gotta adjust the camera a bit. Willy, we could just barely see Willy in there. So the first thing about this show, when we went into the auditorium, we went into the theater, there was a curtain. And at first, I was a bit disappointed because I remember seeing photos of what the stage looks like. It kind of looks like a giant Fraggle hole. And I saw the curtain, and I was like, "Oh, what? Can they not fit the whole thing?" But then the curtain split, and I was like, "Oh, there it is.
Famous last words.
Yeah, yeah." So now it is. There's the giant Fraggle hole, and then the show starts, and we actually ended up getting this funny introduction from Architect Doozer and Cotterpin Doozer,
Right.
And they were just doing the standard thing of what happens before a show usually starts, like no external video lighting, make sure your phones are silent, blah blah blah, that stuff. And when the show starts, you hear that famous beat, bum 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 bum. Yes, and then the real curtains open. It kind of looks like you're going through the tunnel. You're in the Great Hall all of a sudden. And
Get your cares away.
Yeah.
Worries for another day.
Yeah. And then the Fraggle Five show up, and they actually do an extended version of the Fraggle Rock theme song, which in fact the Doozers actually do sing a full verse with their "Worth Your Cares Away," which is pretty sweet. I gotta mention, it was kind of cool. The Fraggles are standard walk-around characters, but then the Doozers are puppet size. They're like standard Muppet size.
Yes.
And then there's one scene with Junior Gord, just one scene, and he's a combination of digital scenery and a giant hand who comes from the side of the stage.
I've seen the giant hand.
Yeah. And I see Jake Joseph Marks saying, "I saw it too." Oh yeah, Jake Joseph Marks saw Fraggle Rock live as well.
That's right.
Didn't you see it in San Antonio?
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah.
San Antonio, he saw it. That's great.
Yeah. One thing I had to say about it. One thing I have to say that I have to say some of the highlights for me was there's one scene where we actually see Marjorie the trash heap.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and I saw that. And I saw the way that thing looks on stage. I was like, "Oh, that's cool, dude."
Yeah.
Right, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's right.
full circle, if I say so myself.
There is
A little bit.
There's also the show also has quite a bit of audience participation because the Fraggles actually talk to you guys, the audience, and they're always referring to us as silly creatures. Yeah, they're always referring to us as that. I thought it was kind of. I thought that was kind
cool.
of. That's still in theme with the show.
Do they not even realize they're in outer space currently?
No. I guess not.
I guess
not. I didn't think about that.
But I had to. Something
Okay, here's my question. If they call it outer space, then what is our outer space to the Fraggles? What do they call it?
Oh dear.
like honest question.
Like, do they call it?
I've never thought about that. That's a good question. I don't know.
Call it outer space?
I guess I call it outer space. I guess I don't know. I legit never thought about that. That's a good question.
Yeah, but okay. So, I gotta mention, but when we posted pics of our experience watching the show, one of the things I did not expect to happen was that one of the cast members of Fraggle Rock Live ended up liking our post. I can't exactly remember her name, but she was the in-suit performer for Wembley. I actually ended up looking at her profile. That's what it said.
Yeah, the in-suit performer of Red actually follows us. I don't want to say names. I'm not sure if I can, but...
Oh! Dude! What do you know? That's kind of cool.
She is so sweet, too. She really is. She really is.
I gotta, speaking of merch, we did pick up a few things after the show. In fact, the things we picked up include a souvenir program, which has quite a few things and even some activities for this, including a maze. You could cut out your own Uncle Traveling Matt, show him around outer space.
Nice, I love that.
We also picked up a fridge magnet, which we even picked up a tote bag. We picked up
nice.
It was kind of a combination of a tote bag and a drawstring bag. It kind of had both of those.
Ooh,
yeah.
Interesting.
And probably my favorite that we ended up picking up because we kind of had to. They actually were selling puppet eyes. They sold puppet eyes.
Puppet eyes.
Yeah, peepers. So basically now you can just barely see it. There's probably like a red speck over there somewhere.
I don't know if I can see it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's barely there. You can just barely see it. But now I have a pair of practice puppet eyes.
Nice,
just for the heck of it.
Nice.
And when we got back home, guess what the first thing I did with them was? Just guess.
What?
Ooby, you, Reds.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it. I was
on.
thinking Ooby. As soon as you said the peeper eyes, I knew it.
Yeah. A few rows ahead of us, we saw someone actually had their own custom Fraggle puppet.
Their own custom Fraggle puppet?
Yeah, they had. Yeah, they had a custom Fraggle right ahead of us.
What?
Yeah.
No way. Hey, that's amazing.
And then I actually came across this while just browsing Instagram when we got back to the hotel. I saw a post from the Uncle Traveling Matt Texas Instagram page. It was actually posted on the same day we posted our pics, and I was like, wait a minute. And I just commented. I was like, dude, I think we were just in that same place.
Wow.
And he was like,
oh.
And then they responded. They were like, awesome. Were you in Austin? Well, I just traveled here. I was like, oh yeah, I was in the same place as Uncle Traveling Matt Texas, and I didn't even know it.
That's right.
I didn't even know.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was surprised we were even there. I was like, dang, dude, how did I not know that?
Yeah.
The Rock, but they include some classic Fraggle Rock songs from the original series, including Wembley Full. They got this in there.
Yes, I was mentioning that earlier.
Yeah. And there was also, we ended up getting, there's also Party in Fraggle Rock, my favorite song in the show.
Great song.
There's also Pass It On, which
Of course.
That's.
I was so excited when they brought that back for season 2. You have no idea.
Oh yeah, Alex is boobing his bestie, Terrence.
Boom.
Yes.
Thanks, man. Yep.
But yeah, J. Joseph Mark says here, hey guys, I wonder if Jim had the idea of a stage show based on Fraggle Rock when he was still with us.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Perhaps
Perhaps maybe in Canada, because in Canada they were on their national network.
Yeah.
Unlike here where it was HBO. So maybe possibly there could have been one in Canada. Maybe, who knows? That's a good question. I don't know. I feel like there would have been if it was like on a bigger network here, but I feel like there probably would have been one in Canada, I think.
But yeah, that's actually a good theory. Like if they did, it probably would have toured Canada at the very least. But we don't know if it would have been toured in America. We just don't know about that.
I don't think so. Just the other day, somebody from the original series accepted Matt's friend request on Facebook.
Really?
Remember the episode Red's? What episode was it? It was season 2 of the original. You remember the episode Red Sea Monster?
I remember that.
The guy who played the sea monster, Bob Stutt. You may also know him. What was his character in Under the Umbrella Tree? I'm forgetting the name.
Oh, I don't know. Oh my gosh.
I'm forgetting his name. Iggy, I think it is.
Yes,
Iggy Iguana. Bob Stutt.
Yeah.
He's not a friend. Yeah, Bob Stutt, the one who was Red's sea monster.
Oh.
Wow. And Iggy Iguana on Under the Umbrella Tree. He's not
Dang, that is cool,
pretty awesome.
Usual screenshot. All right. Okay.
Yeah, your mouth didn't cramp up this time.
Thank you. Anyway,